Hi everyone, my name is Mike and this is my 10-month-old Kangal Kyle. We live on a small island in Gozo, a part of Malta in the Mediterranean. And I'm making this video today to hopefully help you to decide if a Kangal is the right dog for you, and also to share my experiences with you. So I'm not a breeder. I am not a rancher. I'm just trying to give you guys another perspective of what it's like to buy a Kangal, own a Kangal, and live with a Kangal. We live in a traditional house in Gozo. We do not have we do not have a backyard, so to speak. We have a yard that's all tiled with a pool, but we don't have a place for him to roam around in the backyard. But we do live in a village, and there's plenty of paths and countryside for him to run around in. If you have seen some of my other videos, you'll know that we take him off the leash, and so he has a place to spend some of his energy. But they're not high energy dogs. So let me begin by saying when you definitely do not want a Kangal. So we'll start with that. You do not want a Kangal as your first dog. They are stubborn and independent, very loyal, very loving, as you can see, and obedient, but not in a canine sort of way. So you have to be very strong. You have to be have some sort of discipline, and having dogs will definitely help you, because with these guys it's give and take. It's not sit, stay, heel. It is. Sometimes you wait for him, sometimes he waits for you. Sometimes he comes when you call him, sometimes he's busy doing something, and he knows you're calling him, and he will come eventually, but not always on our terms, not always on the owner's terms. So being the alpha, at least if you're a couple, one of you being the alpha is very, very important. He will still not do everything you want him to do when you want him to do it, but you have to be very strong-willed. And again, if it's a couple, at least one of you. I just made some notes because I want this to be a very quick video. So the other reason you would not want to get a Kangal is if you live in a very small apartment in an urban area, especially in an urban area. If you live in an apartment where there's fields and places to take him walking, you could probably get away with it. But if you live in an apartment in a city, a Kangal is definitely not for you. He will be very unhappy, and their unhappiness leads to tearing things up and chewing. Typical dog behavior of an unhappy dog. So those are the two things that I would definitely not get a Kangal, as far as a first dog owner, and living in a very small apartment in the city. Let me pause for just a second. The other thing, obviously, is if you both work, or if you're a single owner and you work a lot, because they do need to be with you. They don't have to be doing anything. They can just be, as you saw, sleeping on your lap, or now he went and slept by the door, laid down by the door. They are not high energy dogs. They don't need a lot of attention. In fact, at 10 months, once we play with him for 10 or 15 minutes, he's good for 4 or 5 hours. He doesn't really need us. He goes and lays out on the tile outside, or sleeps wherever he wants, basically. At 50 kilos, he kind of sleeps wherever he wants. So it's not that they need a lot of attention, but they need you home. They need to be with the pack, and in this case, if you don't have a ranch, then you're the pack. So very important to have at least one of you be home as much as possible, especially in their first 2 years. That's also very important. Walking is not a problem. They walk great on the leash. Again, if you see one of my previous videos, the Kangal off the leash, they're amazing, and their recall is good. Not great, but their recall is good. Eventually they will come back. And some quicker than others. Kyle now at almost 11 months basically comes whenever we call him. He may be in a field 100 meters away. But, when we say let's go, he usually comes 99.9%. So it's not as bad as you might see in some of the videos. Their recall is good. They are very loyal. They are loving. They are like clowns. They're hysterical sometimes. But they do reason. Again, the mentality is not that of a normal traditional canine. If you want a sit, stay, heel dog that comes every single time you call him, get a Labrador. Don't get a Kangal. That's not them. They have been bred to think independently, to make their own decisions, to protect. Obviously, he has no problem with people coming in and out of the house as long as we are present. But he does go into guard mode if he senses any kind of a threat, or if he's left alone and somebody comes to the door. So great with kids. I would trust him, and we do trust him with babies. I mean, he'll walk up to a baby in a stroller and very, very gently, and again, this is a 10-month-old puppy, 50-kilo puppy, will gently sniff them, play with their hands, and is very, very careful. They're really amazing dogs. I cannot say enough wonderful things about them. So keep all this in mind that I'm trying to tell you. My point is basically to say, look, they never look for a fight, not with dogs and not with human. They are not only non-aggressive, they're almost negative aggressive. They will tend to walk away from any kind of unnecessary aggression, which is even barking. I mean, the dog will pass by other dogs and just look at them. He won't even bark, and this is well known. They don't waste energy on silly situations. They're that smart, really. They will not look for a fight, but if need be, they will finish it. And I'm not going to get into that because I don't like any kind of aggression discussions, but they can take care of you and they will protect you with their lives. That is for sure. So that's just a 7-minute video. If that is helpful, great. If you have any questions about nutrition, we have him on a completely raw food diet, which is amazing. Anything about behavior, anything I missed here that you would like to ask me, please do. And as I said, if you like this video, you find it helpful, just click the like button. That's all. I'm not a professional breeder. I'm not a ranch owner, and I'm definitely not a professional videographer. So this is all just being done more or less with just a few notes, just to help you people, because it was very hard for us to make a decision on the Kangal. In fact, a couple of breeders wouldn't even sell us a Kangal because we did not live on a ranch and we did not have sheep and goats. And I think that's extreme. I understand and respect their decision not to do that. And yes, in a perfect world, these dogs are very happy running around mountainsides protecting sheep and goats. But it's not a perfect world. And if it was a perfect world, I'd be a millionaire and would have money coming in all the time. It's not. It's a balance, and in life everything is a balance. I'm going to stop now because we're going on 9 minutes. So take care. God bless you, and hope you're very happy with your Kangal.